Hi, I'm Karen. We're here at Montavilla Sewing Center, and today we're talking about the Brother BQ950. In this video, I'm going to show you how to wind the bobbin and thread the machine. So to start with, when you unthread your machine, snip the thread up here by the spool, make sure your presser foot's up, and then pull the excess thread out by the needle. That's because you want the thread always flowing towards the needle and not away. So don't grab your spool and pull it backwards out of your machine. That could cause lint to gradually build up in your tension discs, and you want that nice and clean. So snip, pull out the excess. Okay, so we're going to start out by winding the bobbin. Now to show you how you put your thread on the spindle, have your thread coming from underneath like this. Put this on here like that. It's because the thread needs to spiral off the end of the spool, and in order to do that without kinking, having it coming from underneath is what's best. Then we follow the dotted line here, so we're going to go over this way, up this way, and then we go the dotted line number 3, go behind this little hook and under this tension disc. This tension is going to give a little bit of tension on the thread as you're winding your bobbin so that it winds nice and smoothly. Okay, so I like to use, first of all, use the right kind of bobbins in your machine, the kind that came with your machine. They're the Brother Baby Lock bobbins. They work best with your machine. They're similar to the Class 15, but slightly different. It'll work best if you use the right bobbins. Okay, and then if you're not sure which bobbins to use, call up our store here. We can, or come on in and we can get you the right bobbins. Okay, so I'm putting the thread from inside to outside through the side of the bobbin, and the bobbins are the same on both sides. Then I put that on the bobbin winder spindle and push it to the right. At this point, we're ready to wind the bobbin. Notice I have that thread tail coming up from the top. I press on the foot control while hanging onto that thread tail. I want to give it several wraps before stopping and snipping off this little thread tail. Now that thread tail is buried under the thread wraps, and it will hold it nice and tight. If I keep winding it, of course we could go faster if I put the speed slider up like that. There we go. Now, I don't want to wind a full bobbin of thread. Sometimes you just don't need to, and that's good enough right there. But if you did wind a full bobbin, say of black or white or gray, the wraps of the thread would push against this stopper, which would push this away, and that would make it so that it stops winding and doesn't continue to overwind. So when we're all done, take this off. You've got some little thread cutters right here that you can cut that. Of course, you can use your scissors as well. Now, to put your bobbin in, we're going to first of all take out the old bobbin that was already in there. And notice how I took that cover off. There's this little latch right there. Okay, hold your bobbin like this with the thread tail coming off the left-hand side. It looks kind of like the letter P. So we're going to put that right down in there. There's also a diagram right here that you can see. Then we want to put the thread tail underneath this little leaf and draw it back according to that arrow. Now I'm going to stop it from spinning, so when I pull it back, the thread will sink down into the tension area of the bobbin case right there. So that way, just like you have tension up here on your top thread, you also have it on your bobbin. That's why it's important to make sure that thread tail comes off the left. Then I'm going to pull it around this little track here. There's a little cutter right there. At that point, we don't need to pull up the bobbin thread. We've got it all set. Put the cover right back on. Now we're ready to thread the top. Again, remember to have your presser foot up because it opens your tension discs. I'm going to pull this back out of here. There we go. There we go. Now we're going to follow the solid line. So everything's numbered. Bring it around here this way. I like to give it a little bit of tension as I'm coming around the take-up lever is down inside there. You can't really see it, but it helps it get into the area into all the areas if you give it a little uphill tension. Now down here, this is 5. 6 is the needle bar guide. I'm kind of sitting at a funny angle here. There we go. needle bar guide. Then we go up into 7, which is right into there like that, and 8 is going to be the cutter, so we cut it off like this. 9 is the needle threader, so we push that lever down and it threads your needle. And see, it pulled it almost all the way through. Sometimes it does pull it all the way through. That's because we cut it off. If you didn't cut it off, then you might just have a loop there. So make sure you cut it off just like it shows you right here. So put the thread under the toes of the foot right there, and we're ready to sew. That's threading and bobbin winding. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you have, give us a thumbs up. If you have comments or questions, you can leave those in the area down below. We have lots of other videos on this machine and on other machines here on our Montavilla YouTube channel, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Bye.